Hello, this is Linda from Linda Hardwick Designs. I am here today to show you how to make the hinges for my clock kits. Some of them require the hinges. This idea I got from Kathy Orda, and you can find her on YouTube. And the only difference between her hinges and mine is that I do them at the 1/2 inch and 1 inch mark. She does hers at the 3/4 and 1.5 inch mark. So I will start today by using my scoreboard, Martha Stewart scoreboard, and it comes with this bone folder. And I will line up my 12 by 12 piece of paper. I usually use black or white, whichever will go with the paper for your clock that you're going to design with. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going at the 1/2 inch. You make sure it's lined up properly, right up into the corner, a 1/2 inch, and 1 inch. 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5 inch, 3 inch, and so on. And you just keep I can't talk. Just make sure that it is lined up. Okay, and butt it up right into the corner. I'm at 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, coming to the end, 10, 10.5, 11, and 11.5. Great. And then you remove your scoreboard, and we will now start with, I use 1/2 inch Sukwang or Be Creative tape, double-sided tape, and what I do is I go and I start at the 1/2 inch mark. Try not to go over the line, the center line, line it up, and go all the way to the end and pull. I don't know if I'm straight there. Okay, and you do it again, but you try not to go onto the score lines. And you keep doing this all the way. We can flatten it out with the bone folder after. But like I said, we're trying to stay away from the actual fold lines. Keep going. I should have some background music. But this is my very first video, so I hope I'm doing okay. And I will turn it around so it's easier to handle, and we hold it down. Again, trying not to go on the fold lines, on the score lines, I should say. And it's one thing when you're making these hinges, you go through quite a bit of the Sukwang tape, but it is the best tape, I think, that's on the market. It won't come apart. Oh, I'm out of one, so I'll start a new one. And we keep going, and still watching that we don't go on to the score lines. Whoop. 2 more to do. And there's our 12th inch one. Okay, so now we're going to take it and we're going to smooth it out. Make sure it's all smooth with your bone folder. You go through it, go through it, and smooth, 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 smooth out. Now, we turn it over and we're going to trim off these little bits on the edges here. Okay, I just hold my paper down firmly and just take them all off the edges. It's as simple as that. Okay, and then on the other side, you see how the tape sometimes curls, so that's why I like to get it off. Cut these bits off here. As close as I can get. Now, our next step is to put your cutter out that has a 1-inch line, and you line up with the 1-inch at the 1-inch mark at the top and the bottom. Hold your paper down firmly and cut. And I usually run it through twice. And then you have your hinge. And I will show you what else to do with that. But you keep cutting at the 1-inch mark, back and forth twice, cutting over it twice, because sometimes it just doesn't cut like it didn't this time. Of course, I didn't lean enough, but there you go. 1-inch point. All right. 1 inch lined it both at the top and the bottom, I should say. And here we go. Just cutting. This is a Fiskars cutter that I quite like, and I have a lot of luck. It opens up to 12 inch. Actually, it's like 13 inches. Normally has a light, but mine doesn't seem to be wanting to work today. And keep lining it up at the 1-inch mark. And you will get, this is my 11th, so you will get 12 hinges out of this. And I always like to do at least 2 12 by 12 sheets of paper. I know you go through quite a bit of sukwang, but you can always keep them for another project. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1-inch piece that I've cut, and you're going to fold it. It shouldn't be too hard to fold because it has the score line. And then I take it from one end and use my bone folder and go all the way through on both sides. So there you have a nice hinge, 1-inch hinge. And I will show you how to use those on the cloths. So this is what I do. I just keep doing this, repeating on all 12 strips. Gives you a nice, crisp hinge. And turn, and over, and then turn it over. And then I just stack them like so. So we'll keep doing that. There we go. And it is okay if when you're cutting you have an extra little piece on the edge, because that will come off. That'll easily come off. Of tape, little piece of tape is what I'm talking about. And we're getting close to the end. It's much easier to do these ahead of time. As Kathy Orta says, it's much faster to do one of the clock kits if you have these prepared in advance. And like I say, I usually do at least two 12 by 12 sheets, just in case. And you can use it. This is what I was talking about, the extra little, sometimes the pieces you go over a little bit, but that's all right. And then you go, and we're coming near the end. Turn it over. Nice and crisp. Nice and crisp. Make sure the ends are done well. Okay, so now we have a very nice set of hinges, 12 hinges here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please remember it's my first one, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.